Uh, I'm Ogmar, if I'm saying that name right.
Close enough.
A proud dwarf of the Hammer Toe clan. Got
Hammer
a beard
Toe.
that matches my belly, as Dwarven.
The Camel Toe clan.
Sorry, I'm not really sure what else to really say after from this.
That's all right.
That's cool, no problem.
That's cool. The Hammer Toe clan. Bring out your dead!
So with that done, Simon says, I take it you're new in town and possibly want a tour or need some information on the town? Uncle, it's...
Uncle!
Maybe meet you?
Please call me Frederick for now. I don't know if I can be accustomed to the name Uncle yet.
Oh.
I guess militaries are...
I did say Camel Toe clan.
I suppose we could use some help going around town.
We are definitely playing a game.
You will probably
and you will be playing next
to stay
week.
the night?
Most likely.
That would probably be best.
So Simon, can I ask you a question, young man? How old are you?
I am just 13.
13. And you carry the weaponry that you carry at 13 years of age? I thought only Dragonborn were that way, because our young are bred to be warriors at a young age. I didn't expect a half-breed to be trained in such weaponry. If you are so trained in this kind of weaponry.
He just grins at you and bends over and also picks up the crossbow that is laying at his feet. And he says, I was given these by Lord Marklehay after rescuing his son from the catacombs.
You sound a little old for 13, though. I mean, your voice, it's not too high-pitched for a 13-year-old.
Well, you sound a little feminine for a Dragonborn.
Super! Thanks for asking. I think I'll go ahead and I'll play a true Dragonborn the rest of the night, then.
That's my nephew. That's my nephew, everybody.
You see that link that I posted in chat?
No, I didn't. Oh, I see it now. Multi-classing.
Simon goes on to tell you that Lord Marklehay's youngest son went wandering off one day and got lost in the catacombs, and while the guards were fooling around trying to make a plan to go get him, he went in and rescued the child and seen some terrible things inside the catacombs.
I deal with this all night,
skeletons
so
that walked
it's just
and carried
my
weapons,
turn to give back a little
and
bit.
He was able to get the boy to safety, and Lord Marklehay rewarded him with these weapons.
Necromancy, yes. A incredibly dangerous and strange magic. Very easily would turn on its own owner, if I remember.
Simon says this has just recently started, but there have been several reports of people going into the catacombs and not returning.
So is this because of a kobold problem?
Well, I've heard rumor of
What's up, Vari?
Evil.
How you doing
cult,
tonight?
A follower of Tiamat in town, and a cult of Orcus.
So is that about the wanted posters that are hanging up in town?
There are wanted posters throughout the town for kobolds, for information on the Orcus members. But a place to stay, I would recommend the Blue Moon Ale House. Now, it's not a top of the line inn, which there are several in town, but I can highly recommend the food, and the rooms are clean, and there's not too many bugs in them.
Blue Moon sounds fine to me.
Area just grimaces in distaste when he hears not too many bugs.
He sounds so much like Crumpert,
Yes.
which is a good thing. So I'm going to switch to a map of Fallcrest for a second, so you can get a layout of the city.
Use
There's
guys.
also a handout called Sights of Fallcrest, which you all have access to. And as you are going through town, Simon will be telling you of the different places, so you can feel free to look at that. You may have to zoom out a little bit, but the numbers on the map, which I hope you see, correspond with the information in the handout for Sites at Fallcrest. You are approximately still at the end of the bridge, number 3, and the Blue Moon Ale House is down almost outside of town on the lower part, in the southern part of town. As you are walking, Simon also,
Number 23.
yes, number 23.
Bottom right.
Simon is asking you all what
We're going here
what
to the
you
Blue
are
Moon.
doing in town, what plans you have. He tells you to be wary of a group of street urchins called the River Rats, which are thieves in training.
Marking it down. Destroy river rats. No, not really. Just beware of them.
Recruit river rats, then have an army of thieves.
Everyone with their own motives.
The great thing about the fantasy game, Draco.
He lets you know that the group known as the River Rats is
4th edition
run by
is a great game.
individual
Game kid. Great game.
named.
It's unfortunate it got such a bad rap during reviews and stuff, and it kind of hurt. It actually
Kelson,
kind of hurt the game.
Who also owns the Lucky Gnome Tap House, which is located at number 28 on your map.
I like gnomes.
They don't exist in the world of in another world that I play.
Oh, gnomes are always fun to toss.
Yes, they are.
Must punt gnomes.
They're so cute and tiny too, and then you realize that they pretty much hurt just as much as anyone else, and then all their cuteness goes away. It's like, oh great.
I like 5th edition Game Kid. I'm looking forward to it.
But remember,
I
no
only
one
hope
tosses
it's as good as
dwarf.
4th edition. Honestly,
Yeah, well, that's true. They are incredibly heavy.
I have confidence in
And it's
Wizards,
not due to fat, it's due to muscle.
but I do hope that
On your way
is-
through town,
is as good as,
Simon
4th
also
edition.
points out Area 29, which is called the Lower Quays. He says there's a ferry service there that will gladly transport you across the river back and forth at no fee. You know, you might want to be willing to help them unload the ferry when they, get to the other side. But other than that, there's no fee for crossing. Says it beats crossing that bridge and paying the toll every time.
yes, it does.
Very true.
So what do you guys think we want to do? Do we want to get under the Blue Moon Ale House?
About what time of day is it right now?
It is late afternoon.
I suppose we should probably go and get a place to sleep then.
If there's not too many bugs, I'm all for that. But anyways, I like bugs anyway, so
Probably eat them.
I don't let no bugs scare me.
Probably eat them. But when I say bugs, eating bugs, I mean the giant ones, size 10 feet tall.
The ale house sounds good.
It's a trap!
I concur. So who's starting the first bar fight?
Awkward silence.
Yeah, Simon's well known in here.
I try to...
As
I love
you
to
enter
play the
ale
game.
House, there's
That was awesome.
a
Got
human
booted right
behind
out.
the counter, a lady that seems to be waiting on tables, and quite a few patrons.
I like to try to give the players
And
a
once
chance
again, I got
vote.
to ask to be sure you are all on the N map.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Cool. Oh.
I have a black screen, DM! I have a black screen!
That's probably because you can't see anything
I'm
because
just
there's no
kidding.
light in the room.
I'm just kidding. I was just wanting to get Eben all flustered.
Then the entire game breaks down and everything's just flashing different colors and all the tiles are mismatched. And all of a sudden a beholder comes in through a wall.
The waitress walks over to the table, drops the food off, comes around the table, and approaches the group.
Oh, she walked
She
through the
says,
table.
"Welcome. Are you here to eat? We have an empty table over there. You're welcome to sit and let me know what you want to eat."
Yes. We would also like a place to sleep.
Fine. We got several rooms that would accommodate you. I'll talk with my husband behind the bar and let him know. I think we have 3 rooms available, and they would be a silver a night, and that would include your breakfast.
Continental?
Notice much.
Oh, I was hoping for Continental.
Mush is not served here. We will
No,
have.
I wasn't saying that as a character. I was just saying that outside of the game. Like, no, everything just serves much in this world.
No, not here. She's going to serve you
Uh.
eggs and pork and biscuits and.
Dang.
Oh yeah.
We talking dragon steak? I mean, the finest dragon steak?
She's not going to tell you what the side meat is. No.
No.
I will avoid that. Yeah.
As I said,
Um,
mush.
No meat for me. I'm strictly veggie.
Gotta have the strongest ale you got.
We have good dwarven ale.
This is good.
Made of gold.
It's fun.
It comes from the south. It's the best in the area.
Guys, the best thing that I found at the grocery store.
Nice.
Holy crap!
Can I tell if she's lying
I'm
by
a-
chance?
I'm a
You most
huge,
certainly can do a
goldfish fan.
check, and right away my mind went blank.
Insight.
An insight. There you go.
Yeah, Goldfish has a new
If you open
graham
your character
cracker
sheet, you'll see what your insight
strawberry
is.
cheesecake goldfish.
You
Oh
can
my
roll
god,
a
those are
D20
so good.
plus what your insight is, and we'll tell you.
So I bought 12 bags of them because they were buy one get one free. So I
A
bought
7 on
12
an
bags.
insight? She is absolutely telling you the truth. It is the best dwarven ale in the area.
Can I?
I just like vouch for her. I'm just like, yeah, definitely best ale ever. I've never had it, but yeah, definitely the best.
Anybody can do a
22.
an insight check. A 22? Yeah, she actually seems honest when she says it. It may not be, but she honestly believes it is.
Because I'm gonna have to be careful with button I pressed because I just exited out of roll 20 somehow. I'm back though.
So where would you like for us to sit, ma'am?
You could try the empty table over there in the corner.
All
This
right,
one? That
So
I'm
I guess my table's the wrong one then, or the one up by the gentleman working behind the bar.
Oh, there are more than one empty table, isn't there? So yeah, either one along the wall.
And then there's one in the middle of the room.
Ah, that would be a good one.
I was looking for please
don't-
wait to
don't
be
use the
seated
one-
sign.
Don't use the one with the crates on it. George will get upset.
Right, Pap? The dwarven spirits,
Before I go to the table,
that stuff is
ask
probably like Sneaky
hostess,
Pete.
what's the
Like a
sweetest
30%
thing on the menu?
Alcohol content, one glass will just get you totally shit-faced. Tastes like utter crap.
Don't tell my husband I said this, but actually it's me.
Well,
And
that's
she
why I
says-
asked
she says,
Draco, because
we have,
I had no clue.
We actually have a beef on the fire.
Where
pit
would you like for
tonight,
us to
so,
sit?
I would highly recommend the beef.
Well, this one has 4 chairs, so
And of
that's why
course,
I was
there's
kind of
always
wondering.
roasted vegetables with it.
And this one over here is 5, so I was guessing it was probably
Alright,
this
thank
one up here. But then he came back and said, "Oh, there's more than one
So are
empty
you going
table."
over to any certain table? You're at the table, and of course Simon has joined you for dinner.
Oh,
So that
Oh,
was the
Simon.
table.
You sound a little bit distasteful about that.
I don't know how to feel about it. Never had a nephew.
Well, maybe you want to ask him some questions on what his life was like while you're sitting here eating.
Yeah, I would probably query him about my sister and, like, the situation she was in.
It's a Chinaman.
And he tells, and he says, Father was a good man. He treated us both well. He loved Mother, and she learned to love him. He protected us
I think-
and took good care of us. He was never mean to us.
I think the
But
movie that
when-
made that word
when he
popular
was assassinated,
was-
that
was
meant
probably,
our lives were forfeit. So that's why
The Big
we
Lebowski.
had to escape.
I think it made that
She
word
always,
Chinaman
always
so
told
popular.
stories of her childhood and spoke of you, and was sad to think that you were gone.
What's the name of the group you were a part of? With a clan that
The Chinaman's right there. The Chinaman is right there. Let's see, what else do we got around here? Is there any other little hidden things like AK-47s?
It
anywhere
was
on the
the
map?
Blackton clan of shifters.
I
My
don't see.
father was Thorn Glaze, a minor leader of the Blackton.
I don't see any other Easter eggs anywhere. Seeing that this is Easter and all. I see no more Easter eggs, guys.
I see. Well, I have no further questions. Let us just enjoy this meal.
I would like the fighter and the cleric to do a perception roll.
I should charm him, Draco. Nice. With my great dragonborn voice. Super. Thanks for asking.
How would I go about doing that?
Okay, on the right-hand side of the screen, you see the different symbols, the magnifying glass, and down next to the bottom, there's one that has an A in it.
Your
If
other
you
right.
click on that, that'll be your dice roller. The easiest way to do it would be to click on the advanced roll where it says roll, put 1 d20, and then put plus whatever your perception is.
Got it. Thanks.
So I'd assume it would add +2 to it.
Correct. David, I see you did one too.
Oh, I was just testing the roller out. I wasn't actually rolling for anything.
You are close enough. I want you to do a perception also.
All right. Thanks. I love doing perception checks. Oh, wow. Well, you can just take my roll, can't you? Or do you want me to roll again?
No, I want you to do an actual roll.
Okay.
Put your perception in it.
That's my roll then. I don't have a perception skill, so I have
Okay.
crappy wisdom.
All three of you actually hear the group of gentlemen behind you speaking of an individual named Teledorthian, who is the armorer and weaponsmith of the town, who is looking for a group of adventurers to recover an overdue shipment that was coming from the northwest.
Are these the quadruplets that are behind us talking?
Yeah, those are the quadruplets.
Okay.
Those are the Jones boys.
The Jones boys.
Yeah.
I turn my head and I say, were you just talking about a missing shipment? What are you talking about over there?
Oh, one of them.
Sorry to
turns you and says,
barge into your conversation and all, but I'm intrigued by this.
We expect that of Dragonborns, but it's no matter, no problem. Yes, the armorer and Teledorthan, he was expecting a shipment in the other day, and it's overdue. It was coming from the northwest, and he's concerned that it may have been attacked.
Was it coming from Winterhaven by chance?
Can Arioth hear this now?
Yes, yeah, you can hear the warlord talking to Tony Jones, and
All of them talking at once. Are they
Yeah.
talking synchronization? We are
They finishing up the sentences for each other.
That is too
no,
good.
you actually have Tony, Boney, Baloney, and Moni.
Tony, funny bone. Oh,
And it's-
Tony, baloney. Oh my god.
He says it was not coming from Winterhaven. It was coming from further to the west. But it was apparently a very important shipment.
How
Some-
many days has been the shipment overdue?
It's been 3 days.
So, do they have any information on what could have possibly gone wrong? I mean, what kind of shipment was it? A caravan or?
It was a single wagon coming to town, and he looks at you and says, "It was probably that bunch of kobolds
Piss out
that
a gut.
are, hanging out in the cloakwood there at the Kobold Hall."
Kobold Hall. So, does Kobold Hall ring a bell to me? Is Kobold Hall kind of on any of these wanted posters or anything by chance, Mr. Dungeon Master?
It actually speaks of an old manor northwest of town along the King's Road that had one time been built by a minor lord, but it was destroyed during the Blood Spear Wars.
The Blood Spear Wards.
they-
Oh yeah.
Figure kobold tribes from the Cloakwood area now now reside there and use it as a base. So they sort of nicknamed it Kobold Hall.
I kind of turned to the table and I said, guys, I think this Kobold Hall sounds like the place we may need to go.
It does indeed. Perhaps we may skip on going to the Lords for now.
It would definitely be worth checking out.
I'm going to ask that somebody in the group with a high nature do a nature check. Because I don't think any of you are really familiar with kobolds.
I've got a +7. If anybody's got higher than that.
I'm looking. Nope. No bonus in nature.
No, I have a +4. It's not.
I'm a Dracolish. I know lots about kobolds.
You know everything.
I just have to
And you
break up
know
my
nothing.
monster manual and I know all that you need to know. No, I'm just kidding.
I am terrible
travel.
on rolls tonight.
I know that they travel in packs. That's for sure. But not as a character, but as a player.
I do, and I have this sword gem stuck into the table
Other than that,
as
they're
I'm
very
eating.
tiny and easily to squish.
Well, let's see how much the Dragonborn really knows. Dave, do a roll.
I know that they are kobolds. A 1,
And they fly around at night, right?
right? And they wear
You know what?
masks.
You know what?
They're the Grim Reapers of our
There,
time.
17. I rolled a
A
17.
1. Holy crap.
17 nature. This is what you know about kobolds. They often dwell near dragon's lair, maintaining a safe distance but bringing sacrificial offerings to their god. Most dragons ignore kobolds.
A freaking 1.
The key word there being most
Exactly, guys.
dragons ignore
I know
kobolds.
that a kobold is a kobold. That's all I know.
Once
even
in a
though,
great
you know,
while,
I'm a
young
dragonborn.
dragon is taken
I have
hostage,
absolutely no knowledge
taken
of
prisoner,
kobolds with a 1 roll.
and held against its will.
I will relay this information to the party.
Kobolds are skilled at
That
making
was a
traps,
horrible critical fail.
which
Horrible.
they use to capture prey and acquire sacrifices for their dragon lords. They are reptilian in appearance.
And they stink.
And they stink to high heaven.
And I slam
Also-
my sword into the table. Poof. And they stink, and they all need to die.
And then an army of kobolds marches to the door and said, "Who said that?"
The waitress has brought your food over. You're enjoying a good meal, and as you're finishing your meal up, she actually looks at the cleric. No, I'm sorry. She looks at the fighter, who is a dwarf, and actually winks at him. And she
Oh
says,
boy, here we go.
"Tell your group that there's no charge for this meal, but don't tell my husband."
Wow.
And she'll place three keys on the table, and says your rooms are upstairs, even though you, oh yeah, there is, yeah, you just go up the circular staircase over there and you'll find 3 rooms. And I'll have your breakfast ready at sunrise.
I tell her thank you and convey the message to the group.
Something tells me there's more to this waitress than meets the eye.
What was the first clue?
She's just hot for dwarves.
We shouldn't be judgmental.
Nice.
Simon, who overheard the conversation about the overdue shipment, says, Teledorthin is a good man.